This podcast is rated S for sexy and contains mature themes, explicit sexual content, and some freaky ass shit. So if your trigger warning list is longer than the schlongs in these books, protect your innocent ears from the salacious musings of this red hot pod. But if you're a pervy peach like us with one hand on your Kindle and the other between your folds, strap on, in, for the unhinged book club ride of your wet dreams.
This is Between the Folds.
Oh, and there's definitely going to be spoilers. Don't say we didn't warn you. As for the rest of you freaky little strumpets, let's get into it.
Welcome to the club. Pull up a seat. Between the Folds, where the kings all meet. Welcome to the club. Let's slip right through. Between the Folds, where literature is new.
Hello, you freaky little strumpets, and welcome to this special Thanksgiving Day edition of Between the Folds podcast. We are going to be reading the full-length, spicy novel, Stuffed by the Were-Turkey by Tate McKirk. Enjoy. You're getting the full Monty on this one.
And just remember, as we give our overview, we listen and we don't judge.
Except for when we do. I do want to start off by saying something very important is that I was inspired to write a novel called Stuffed, a Thanksgiving-themed, unhinged romance novel, after reading one of my favorite holiday-themed smut novels, Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Such a good
All
one.
hail Halloween. However, Tate definitely wrote this book in 2015, so my idea is very unoriginal.
How rude.
10 years before I had the inspiration. I think there may still be room in the Thanksgiving smut category.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially future Thanksgiving smut themed novel pending.
Maybe it's about a stuffing.
It could be. In my mind, it was about a turkey, but
I think
I could rethink.
maybe about yams. Sweet yams.
Yams, that actually brings me to a very important question that I was thinking about as I was reading this novel. What do you think is the sexiest Thanksgiving food?
Oh,
Like, of all the foods on your Thanksgiving table,
pie. Pumpkin pie. It's smooth. It's flavorful. When you put it in your mouth, you feel the whipped cream, because I ate it with whipped cream.
whipped cream,
Duh.
okay,
And
yes.
an unreasonable amount of whipped cream. It's more like whipped cream with a little bit of pie.
Mm-hmm.
And it like explodes in your mouth.
So
A
the whipped
flavor
cream or
explosion.
the pie?
Yes.
I think the gourds in the middle of the table that you don't eat,
Oh.
that just sit there taunting you, making me think about Halloween.
They look like they have chlamydia. I don't like no part of
Maybe
one
I'm
of
into
those.
that sort of thing, Elisa. I don't know. I thought we were not judging. I thought we were listening and not judging.
I'm judging.
I'm sure that's a kink for somebody.
True. Ribbed for her pleasure. There we go.
Very true. I
Little
don't know,
chlamydia bump.
not for my pleasure. I never preferred the ribbed condoms. I don't understand that. But
I don't either, but that's okay.
that must be for someone. Everybody makes them.
Maybe if it's a hot dog down a hallway situation, you need a little bit more friction. Don't
I'm
need
sorry,
more
can you
friction.
say that one more time?
A hot dog down a hallway, meaning the P is not filling the V,
I see.
and so you need a little bit more friction, maybe.
I see.
But it depends on how big the P is.
So I do have one other really important question that I think that we really want to spend some time really marinating in. And that is, this book's about a were-turkey. And so I was thinking to myself, if you had to choose an animal that you eat on a regular basis to turn into a were version of that animal, and you were going to have a sexy experience with that animal.
Thank you for clarifying, because I was like, I can see a were-pig, real fun.
Okay, so it could be a were-pig for you, but what's your were animal of choice?
A horse.
Why is that, Elisa?
Oh, because she be hung.
So we have a werehorse. You're not scared? You're not intimidated?
I mean, I might be, but I'd also be slightly creepily interested. So,
Oh, it's funny because I was going toward one of those cute shaggy cows. But for but because like we've done so many readings about minotaurs, like I was like, I don't know, maybe that.
It's because she's into hairy coos, am I right?
Did you say hairy cooch?
I mean, I think it's not far off.
My husband's bald. I think we all know that.
We all know that
hair
hairy
isn't
coo is not,
necessarily
it's not a major turn on for Jess. Maybe that's what it is. You're missing the hair.
The beast.
I don't know
Yeah.
what he doesn't have on his head. He makes up for in other places, though. So
That's
The
a visual
body.
I'm going to hold on to
You're
very
welcome.
tightly.
Every time I see Eric now, I'd be like, the carpet does not match the drapes.
not in his case.
I really appreciate you guys going down that journey with me. I have questionable views on bestiality, so this book is definitely for me. Okay, well, you're definitely going to want to pour yourself a beverage of your choice, put on your comfies, and enjoy Stuffed by the Were-Turkey by Tate McKirk. Stop senseless murder. Animals deserve to live too. Josette yelled, waving her sign in the faces of everyone that went into the turkey farm. Technically, she wasn't allowed to be on their land, but she wasn't really on it, was she? After all, she was just calling at the cars passing by, watching their confused and horrified faces from behind windshields. They didn't understand, not like she did. Joe had been vegan from an early point in life.
Red flag, red flag.
Back when she had realized where hamburgers came from. So I actually want to stop right here. I wasn't planning to do this, but I remember in my life the first time I connected like the animal to like the products. And for me, I was older than I would like to admit.
Jizz jewelry, is that when you connected those two?
Yeah. This was my first foray into jizz jewelry. No, I was in a truck with my crush and his family, and we were on a road trip. And we were passing by, I grew up in a place with many cows, and we were driving through a field of cows, and they were like, oh, well, you know, that's where leather comes from cowhide. And we're literally like sitting in a truck surrounded by things made of leather. And it had never occurred to me that leather came from like the skin of animals. And I was very horrified.
Oh,
I just
no.
never like extrapolated. I was just like, I don't know. It's just like a product or something. I never really questioned the origin. So anyway,
She's a great social worker, though. I promise.
I promise I'm a highly intelligent person. I was sheltered, okay? Anyway, but do you guys remember when you realized that you were eating animals?
Very early.
Yeah.
It wasn't a closely kept secret.
I was not driving in a truck with leather surrounding
I
me.
knew where a hamburger came from. I knew that like we ate cow's meat. I just didn't realize we skinned them and then put their skin all over everything.
So I was in Girl Scouts, and I did not grow up rural at all. I grew up in town, surfing town, and we would go over to Laura's house, and they served us stew. And in their backyard, they had an entire fence full of rabbits, and we would hang outside all the time and pet the beautiful, soft, fluffy rabbits. It wasn't until later I was like, oh, that stew was really good. And her mom was like, oh, yeah, it was one of the rabbits. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's when I connected. I think I was like 7 or 8, maybe a little younger.
I guess I just came out chewing on beef cut or something because I was like, yep.
Connection was strong.
Yep.
I eat all animals.
Obviously, I'm the smartest one here.
You're the oldest. That's why.
Some of us were naive and we couldn't believe the world was such a cruel and terrible place. Anyway.
You know the earth is round, right?
I do. I'm just saying the leather that covers the seats in your car and whatever else you have made of leather does not look like the outside of a cow. Okay. Like
Well-
someone has to tell you that.
Are you picturing it with the spots and stuff?
Yes.
That's
For the
fur.
hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
not
don't
the
know
hide.
what cows look like when they're bald. Okay. I didn't grow
Fair
up on a
enough.
farm.
Fair enough.
Moving right along. Ever since she'd made it her goal to never eat another animal or byproduct, butter had been hard to give up, but ultimately worth it not to take any part in an animal's suffering.
Liar.
Butter and cheese, friends.
Also, there were a few perks. Her body was lithe and toned from a healthy, unprocessed, meatless diet, and she exercised more than anyone she knew, if you counted advocating for animal rights exercise. And she did, considering the amount of running she did, which it looked like she was about to do now. "Get back here," a farmer screamed, and she was shocked to see that he was chasing a turkey. The poor thing looked scared out of its mind, running straight at her. She did the first thing that she could think of. She opened her arms. The bird jumped into them, shivering in fear. All Joe could see of the farmer was the angry set of his mouth and the whites of his eyes, and she knew that she couldn't let the man take the turkey back.
I literally thought you were going to say she opened her mouth and let out a I don't know why. It literally, my brain was like screaming at me.
That's the mating call for the turkey. It's a surprisingly good impression.
Yeah.
you.
You've been
was
practicing
good.
that in preparation for this episode?
It's my version of yodeling, and I do it every night to go to bed. It's actually our mating call, Ryan and mine. He's going to run out here
Shocked you
naked
picked a
in a
horse
bed.
and not a turkey.
Did I hear my call? Can you imagine how funny that would be?
I would die.
If I like, he came on, he's like, here.
The Pavlovian gobble.
That's a different thing, Lindsay.
She bolted. Her car was a little bit down the road, and she knew that the man wouldn't be able to catch up to her, even though she could hear him calling after her. Stop! You stop right now! You don't understand! Thief! Quickly, she keyed into her car, setting the turkey in the back seat and starting the engine. She was halfway down the road before she realized just how crazy what she had done was. But at the same time, she didn't care. That poor bird was probably about to be put on the chopping block, and she felt giddy with excitement. It was something she could brag about to her friends after all.
Nerds.
Sitting around the table, you guys are never going to believe.
What I've got in the bathroom right now.
I rescued a full turkey. That's right.
He ran straight into my arms, and I yelled, and it came. Literally.
It was something that she could brag to her friends about, after all, since they were coming over for dinner tonight. Don't you worry, buddy. Everything's going to be just fine now, she murmured, glancing in the rearview mirror from time to time just to make sure he wasn't destroying her seats. Rude.
How's he going to destroy the seats?
With his beak or something.
Are you? What were you thinking? Are you
so sorry.
already turned on?
I might need you to leave real quick. I think I
mating
heard
call?
Ryan.
The horse was a total decoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we know.
Now you know.
The turkey just sat there, calmly watching her. If she knew how turkeys were supposed to act, she might have thought it unnerving. I guess I'm going to have to keep you in the bathroom for now. Joe wasn't exactly...
See, I knew.
How did...
That's where you keep a turkey.
I think when you rescue any animal from a farm, you put it in the bathroom because you're like, your home is not prepared to take in a
Yes.
wild animal.
Can we also pause for a second? Because my brain scrolled and I looked at Jess and her brain scrolled. And so what unusual behavior is this turkey having in the car?
He's sitting quietly, watching her, calmly,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
as opposed to the typical chaotic state of a turkey.
Yeah.
Flapping their wings
Yes,
and trying to peck your eyeballs out. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
mean,
Thank you. I
I assume.
digress.
You guys have lots of turkey experience.
It's a California
I
thing.
just have it from eating it.
Joe wasn't exactly sure where she would even be able to take the bird after all this was over. But she was sure that she could find some farm where he could live a long, healthy life and maybe make some baby turkeys with a nice lady turkey. The thought made her sigh, mourning her own lackluster sex life.
Yep. That's what I think about every time I see a wild turkey. I think, fuck.
Well, when you go on the tangent of thinking about his happy turkey life with his happy turkey lady and their happy turkey babies, where else would your mind wander to?
So many other places.
For some reason, most guys didn't latch too hard onto the save the animals lifestyle. Not unless they sported dreads and smelled like rancid patchouli. So really, the only romance that she had in her life was 10 inches of battery-operated, rotating, and stimulating power.
10 inches.
That's
All right.
a substantial amount of inches. Just thinking about her expensive vibe made her knees quiver and her mound tingle.
Your expensive vibe?
It's expensive.
It's 10 fucking inches, friend.
Weird
That's a lot.
adjective to thrown in there, like for that.
This is high quality vibe. This isn't your bargain basement vibrator.
This is no clitoral stimulator, people.
But it's like I just think if I'm going to describe a fancy vibrator, like just throwing out expensive is not going to be like was not.
Well, there's
it took me out of the
definitely-
romance of the book. I was going on one
Like,
journey,
why is
and then
it
I was like,
expensive?
"Whoa, wait! But how expensive? Why? Where did
I
she
was
get
like,
it? Like, what is her version of
battery-operated,
expensive?
Rotating,
This-
stimulating. you
This
know?
is literally the inside of your brain. Like when
Yes.
you're always like, my brain goes in weird places. This was it.
Exactly.
This was the
Yep.
moment. Now you know, people.
So her knees are quivering and her mound is tingling.
Mound.
But she didn't have time for any of that. She had to prepare dinner. It hadn't been her idea to make the local pita branch dinner. But since there were only 8 people, it hadn't seemed too daunting when Sadie, the leader, had chosen her for the task. But take a handful of people who didn't eat meat or dairy, and most of whom were allergic to gluten or nuts, and expected everything to be served in BPA-free everything, and your options were limited. This sounds like the worst dinner party ever.
Party.
Now,
Yes.
I'm from a small surf town that is literally like the hippieville of California. At least used to be. Now it's full of tech bros. But this sounds like my childhood. So, patchouli.
Did you have meat?
Yeah, I did. But I wasn't a hippie. But everybody around me. The town motto was smoke a little dope, plan a little road. That's like how the roads were designed. And like the road planning was
Do
terrible.
the roads connect to each other?
They connect in a way.
They just go in
The
Fibonacci
ocean.
circles. So she's having the worst dinner party ever.
Yep.
Especially when everything had to be organic because people would know.
See, these are my people.
I'm
How I
sorry.
came out the way I did, I don't know. But these are my people.
And somehow I'm the one who lived in a sheltered, unleathered life. She didn't really know how they knew, but they could tell, like some creepy sixth sense, the unorganic sixth sense. Soy was Joe's friend, and along with tofurkey and quinoa, she thought she might be able to make something passable.
I thought those were names of people. For a
So
split
did I
second.
too. Yes.
I was like, somebody named their kid tofurkey and quinoa.
Yes, that's what I thought as well.
Soy, tofurkey, and quinoa.
Walk into a bar.
Yep.
You be good in here, she waggled her finger at the turkey, and in turn he waggled his throat flaps at her and gobbled.
Oh.
Hello.
She laughed as she closed him into the bathroom. Joe hadn't known that turkeys actually did that, thought that maybe that noise was just silly sounds for the benefit of children.
Joe's a moron. What's her name? Joe? Jill?
Josette, I believe.
Mm.
She spends a lot of time with turkeys, but she doesn't listen. She's not listening.
IQ's not high on this one. Bless her heart.
Listen, Joe, don't let them judge us, okay? All of the prep work wasn't too hard, a lot easier than making an actual turkey and stuffing. Plus, there were a lot of other great traditional dishes that she could make with some substitutes, like mashed potatoes and fresh cranberry sauce,
Mashed potatoes without butter
No.
and milk?
Absolutely not.
That's just...
soy milk.
No.
I hate soy milk. I hate soy and almond milk. Thank you very much.
That's very elitist of you in the milk department. Thank you very much. They're just potatoes that are mashed. They have no accoutrement.
No.
Can
the
you imagine?
worst.
Although they have vegan butter. Vegan butter actually tastes fine.
Just about the time she was taking the gluten-free pumpkin pie out of the oven, she heard the noise. It was like a scratching, and it caught her off guard for a moment until she remembered the turkey in the bathroom.
That can be the only answer.
Must be.
What if it's a mouse? Cursing, she ran to the bathroom. She was all for the conservation of animals, but she also wanted to be able to get her deposit back when she moved out.
I have a feeling she's going to get a deposit.
Mm-hmm.
So.
She's going to get a
Deposit of
deposit
something.
somewhere. As her hand darted out to open the door, the knob started to rattle before she could even get her fingers around it.
That's happened to me before, too.
Is there a ghost in your bathroom?
Different knob.
Oh,
I love that you thought that was real. Oh, my God.
she took a step back in shock. The turkeys opened doors? For a moment, she felt like an idiot.
You are. Rightfully so.
I'm so glad we've come to this self-realization.
They weren't those dinosaurs in that popular movie.
What?
Yet the doorknob still jiggled. There was no way that the turkey could do that, right? She braced herself and opened the door, only to blink in confusion. Had the turkey always been so big?
Mm.
She could have sworn that it was only about as big as a workout ball, but now it seemed like it had almost doubled in size.
Okay, but wait, workout ball? Are we talking Pilates ball, or are we talking like...
I'm
I was
assuming
thinking
those-
a wall ball.
Those big round ones that that you lay down
That you
and do
bounce
crunches on? Or you bounce
That's a
on.
big ass ball, yo.
I know, that's a big turkey.
Yeah.
So, well, now he's even bigger, doubled in size.
Wow.
With a curse, she noticed some of her stuff on the ground, namely her $20 organic shampoo, and all thoughts on the size of the turkey were out the window. Oh, come on, she groaned, noting the crack in the side of the bottle. Do you even know how much the avapui costs? She complained, grabbing a wad of toilet paper to mop up the spill. It was all over the floor, and she grumbled as she got onto her hands and knees to wipe it up. All the while, she could feel the animal nudging her from behind.
With what? Little turkey face.
TBD.
His little throat, what'd you call it?
Throat waddle?
His throat flaps.
Ugh, gross.
Nudging me with the throat flaps.
Come on, buddy. Gotta clean up this mess. I have more important things to do than play with you.
He's about to clean up her mess. Yep.
She stated crossly as she tossed each goopy wad of toilet paper into the toilet. What a waste. Definitely not good for the environment. At least flushing it would get rid of the evidence. We don't want the
Don't
It was
worry.
organic.
I was
snooze
gonna say it
fest
was
of the dinner
biodegradable.
party to
We're
know.
good.
Yeah. The bird bumped even harder into her from behind, smushing her against the side of the bathtub. And she started to get really irritated. Her short skirt was starting to ride up.
I knew
Bet
it.
it
She was in a
was.
skirt. So she
Of
was.
course she was in a skirt.
She was
She's bent
prepped.
over, putting
She's
her
gonna
cheeks
have-
right in his face.
She's going to have no underoos on, or she's going to have like a
course not.
thong.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Mhm.
Her short skirt was starting to ride up, and she could feel his feathers against her butt cheeks. Soft
Ew.
and adamant. She started to think what a ridiculous situation this was, and how she should have never brought him home when he ground on her.
I mean, if you're going to feather my ass, I'm
Better
good.
follow it up with something.
Don't leave a girl tickled and hanging, you know? Devastating. What a tease, this turkey. Eyes wide, she knew exactly what that felt like and what exactly that should not be. She was reminded of her earlier lady turkey thought and felt a little grossed out,
Ew.
as if the animal thought that she was also a bird. Just then, a hand wrapped around her middle and started to fondle her tit.
Just one.
Just one tit.
Just one tit.
You think it's the left or right?
Listen, he hadn't grown his other hand yet, Jess.
One at a time. We
Don't
take
rush.
turns.
Don't rush this for me.
Oh, the visuals.
Joe screamed, jerking out of the touch. Who was in her house? How had they gotten in and past the turkey? And how?
And why do I like it?
She stared in shock behind her. The man was hung. She'd give him that. With a beautifully muscular body. His cock arched up towards her as if it was magnetized and trying to find her.
I'm picturing it like snaking its way over.
No, I'm picturing proud, upward arch. You know the look. You've seen it before.
The coat hanger.
Mm-hmm.
You two stop it with your.
His pubes.
Oh God, you lost me. Okay.
Oh,
for
I
it.
couldn't wait for this part. I love it. Why don't more books
Talk about
pubes?
I think it's a missed opportunity.
When you write your own book, Jess.
Apparently, yes.
When I write the another stuff, because the world needs more,
Stuff too.
yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of pube action in there. So
Please do.
So, yes.
do not.
Get a little asshole hair in there too. While you're at it. Yeah.
His pubes, as I was saying, were a strange reddish brown fuzz.
Oh, it's a ginger.
Her gaze went higher, with her looking at the man's chest. Normal, except he had no nipples.
Oh no. Oh no.
Come to think of it,
Kendall?
no belly button either.
Oh no.
But there were more of the strange fuzzy hairs on his chest. No, not hairs. They almost looked like tiny feathers. With a harsh swallow, her gaze continued upward. Wow. That was like I have something lodged in my throat.
That was so in my earballs. My headphones were like. It's like what?
What is that noise?
Do it again, please. That was so good.
Let's hear that.
ASMR.
Wow. So that was Joe's harsh swallow.
Yep.
Sound effects for all of our listeners.
We are a one-man band over here.
Yep.
With a harsh swallow, her gaze continued upwards until she settled on his face. It took a moment for her to register what she was actually seeing.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
my God. Do you think he's going to have a turkey
Yes.
head? Or,
He's gonna have a waddle under his
but is he,
chin.
but is he going to have a human head and then the flaps? Or is he going to have just a turkey head with the flaps?
Oh my God.
I cannot
can't-
wait to
I
find
cannot-
out.
Yeah, please, Jesus.
Oh,
tell
you're going to
me.
find out. The man's head was wrong. All wrong.
Backwards.
He had a turkey's head.
Stopped.
Ew.
Stopped it.
More like the turkey's head. So not just a general turkey, it's the turkey's head.
Who calmly stared at her in the car.
Mhm. She'd never forget that head.
What was he touching her with? This is inquiring minds want to know.
Well, we know there was a hand on a tit. We know that much.
Yeah, but there were feathers beforehand.
That's true. We don't know where these came from.
Not the belly button or the nippies.
Well, he doesn't have those, don't. Mhm.
Yeah.
Now I'm picturing that it was his pubes, and his pubes were just reaching out and like lightly feathering her.
Flagellating.
Just rubbing pubes.
We may never know.
Oh, no, I'm imagining. I'm good.
Joe swallowed. I'm waiting.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Pathetic. Just kidding.
Jess is apparently much better at swallowing than I am.
We'll do a survey after the. Joe swallowed, trying to figure out how to scream, but the sound died in her throat.
Yeah.
She felt almost mesmerized by those beady black eyes, body going slack as she slumped back against the back. What the fuck was he? She couldn't even begin.
Organic butterball,
Yeah.
baby.
He was a man and a turkey.
Grade A butterball.
She couldn't even begin to fathom what the hell was going on in her life just a moment ago. She had been just a normal girl. And now, here she was, legs akimbo, staring at the creature's enormous cock. She felt like she was in a trance just looking at it.
Dickmatized, baby.
Classic case of dickmatization.
It happens to the best of us.
Her legs akimbo.
Okay, can we talk about this for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am a huge fan of my tits are akimbo right now, right? And then I was like, because my brain was like, wait, can your tits be akimbo? And then I looked it up. Akimbo is meaning physically your arms.
Oh,
So I've learned a new thing, but now every time somebody else says akimbo, I mean, I still say tits akimbo, so.
I know. I was like, don't ruin this fucking word for me, Elisa.
Sorry.
so when
Take your facts and shove them.
Shove them up your turkey
if
werewolf.
I'm picturing akimbo, I'm picturing like they're askance. They're
Like a disheveled, like
yeah,
something
it's
that's just tossed
like maybe
somewhere.
one is like dislocated and flipped
Yeah.
the wrong way.
Akimbo is most commonly describing a posture with hands on hips and elbows pointing outward.
What?
It could also be used specially
Oh, no.
of the limbs flung out widely or haphazardly.
Legs can be akimbo with legs spread apart and bent outwards.
There you go.
Well, so my tits are akimbo some days. That's exciting, people.
I think that tits can definitely be limbs, especially in the case of some people more than others.
1,000%.
As you get older, they start to not be perky when you lay down, and they just go. "Bing."
They go a little akimbo.
They go
As
wandering.
one might say.
No,
They go wander.
pre-best reduction. I was like, one would be in the kitchen at night. The other would be like wrapped around my pillow.
This is a hard thing to fathom in one's life. It does seem like akimbo is an appropriate adjective to describe.
Okay, well, I take everything back.
So her legs are akimbo. She's in a trance. She's dickmatized. Taking advantage of her weakness, the turkey man's hands darted out, catching a fistful of her shirt and popping the buttons. Her creamy tits were bared to the air, dusky nipples hardening under his animalistic gaze. This was crazy. She
I'll
shouldn't
say.
be getting aroused.
She's hanging out with a bunch of hippies. They're eating vegan food.
She's starving to death.
Somebody
She's
ate a
hallucinating.
green brownie and is having a great time.
She is in a state of delirium.
Yeah, or
Protein deprived delirium.
She has her lentils.
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
It's a complete protein, okay? She shouldn't be getting aroused. For fuck's sakes, the man looked like a turkey. But those strong hands gripped her breasts, kneading them as strongly as she had the quinoa meatloaf earlier.
That's a significant rub-a-dub.
I haven't kneaded a quinoa meatloaf myself personally, but
You haven't lived.
it does feel like the texture is not the same. She groaned, nipples peeking under his ministrations.
Ay, papi.
It's another one of Elisa's bedroom noises.
You're learning a lot about me today.
Despite herself, she felt her pussy get moist, his cock still strained toward her, glands peeking out from a hood of foreskin.
Glands?
Glands. Mhm. The turkey man was large, bigger even than her vibrator, which we know is 10 inches.
Yeah.
Substantial.
But does it look as expensive?
Let's find out. He looked like he had bumps and nubs all over his cock.
See, he has chlamydia too, like the gourds.
He too is ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah.
And a thick curve upwards. He was bulbous, enormous.
No reverse cowgirl for her.
Mm-mm.
Poke through your asshole.
Yep.
He humped the air slightly and she groaned, wondering how he would feel inside, pressed against her G-spot. This was crazy. With a scream, she managed to shake loose of the hold he had over her, kicking outward so that he fell over with a startled gobble.
On his back. Tell me it was his back.
We don't know.
Oh, shit.
We just know he fell over. I like to think of it sideways.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Donk.
Running out of the room, she tried to think of anything that might deter him. Something slammed into her from behind and she went sprawling, banging her knees on the hardwood floor with a yelp. Panicked, she looked behind her again only to be caught by those inky black eyes. Joe's cunt clenched involuntarily, and the turkey man gave a satisfied trill. I was hoping one of you would tell me.
No,
I was thinking,
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yours sounds gross, no? That was juicy.
That was squelchier than I was picturing.
That had a lot more moisture than this minister was ready for.
Well, Joe is feeling very moist, so I think that's
It's a
probably
moist
appropriate.
turkey, people. It's a moist turkey.
Not even typical for a turkey, you know?
Pop that thermometer. Ew.
One of his hands reached up to trace the curve of her ass cheek, and she groaned. Try as she might, she couldn't move an inch. A finger traced the sodden folds of her panties, and Joe whimpered at the sensation. If he were a normal man, not some strange avian hybrid, but there was some sort of regality in the turkey man's features.
Jess,
Yeah.
are you getting the sense that he has soft hands too?
Yes. Like lunch meat.
Oh, gross.
What? No, he doesn't have soft hands.
Actually, I can't stop. I know you keep describing them as hands, but in my head, it's like claws, like turkey claws.
I just think he's very handsy.
He
he's
only has a
standing-
turkey head at this point and
I
some
know.
light feathering.
I can't. I don't believe you. In my head, he has a turkey head, and then he's got hands that are like turkey talons, and his feet are also turkey talons. This is what I'm picturing.
He's where he's fully shifted, minus the head.
Okay, but also, he only touches her boobs.
No, he touched a tit, and he's at the sodden folds of her panties right now.
Oh, there we go. I blacked out a
And
little
the
bit.
ass. Don't forget the curve of her ass cheek.
That was pubes. Oh, no, he did touch it. I
no.
remember.
He's tracing
I
it
remember.
with one of his hands.
I fell asleep. It's fine.
How could you fall asleep
I have
during this?
narcolepsy. It's fine.
My gosh, this is a riveting tale. A finger traced the sodden folds of her panties. And Joe whimpered at the sensation. If he were a normal man, not some strange avian hybrid, but there was some sort of regality in the turkey man's features. With his wrinkled blue head that faded into his beard-like red chin flap.
What the fuck?
There was something almost attractive about the creature.
Saggy balls. That's all I'm thinking right now.
With the chin flap?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beard-like red chin flap. Now she knew something was wrong with her, but she was too turned on to care.
Been there.
He sidled closer until his cock was pressed up against the cleft of her ass. With long, slow strokes, he rubbed back and forth in a maddeningly erotic pace. Each little bump and ridge along his cock pressed against her, sending little delicious shocks of pleasure up her spine. How wonderful they'd feel inside her.
She liked ribbed condoms.
She did. I guess the turkey's for her. The turkey man must have thought the same thing, but with less decorum. He grabbed the crotch of her panties and pulled them to the side, rubbing the head of his dick against her weeping hole.
Oh.
She couldn't hold back the stuttered, ugh, that spilled from her lips. His shaft along her pussy was delicious, and she rocked back on it, wanting more. He teased her, lightly pressing the tip in and pulling away until her whimpers crescendoed. Oh, God. Oh, please, give it to me, she cried wantonly, not caring anymore that this strange man-bird was going to stuff her full of his meat. Joe wanted that cock, craved it. Please, I need it. That was enough for the creature, and he pressed into her slick folds. Joe went stock still as he entered her, realizing that he was far bigger than she had anticipated. Girl, you just said he bigger than your 10-inch
Right?
vibrator. You knew what you were getting into. Realizing that he was far bigger than she had anticipated, probably the size of a Coke can at his widest.
Oh.
Lord help us. Good thing she moist.
I have an interesting story about this. Not that it's that interesting.
About a Coke can?
Yep. Coke can penis, very specifically.
Oh.
Do go on.
Many moons ago, I'm probably going to cut this from the podcast. It's fine. Anyway.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Easy does it.
We don't have to name names, Elisa.
I don't remember the scenario because this was like 20-something odd years ago, but
I was promised Coke can penis.
anyway, so is his name. Yeah. And he had accidentally dick picked me and he sent me a picture of his penis. And it was so thick, like wide penis. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to send it to you. And I was like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And he was like, wait a minute. What? That was like a Coke can. And I was like, okay, whatever. So good times. That was a great story. Thanks. Then I found $10.
Which was better? Hard to say.
Yeah.
He had a nice penis. So hey.
I do want to see it.
Yeah.
If I'm
Did
being
you
honest.
say that?
He did not.
For science. So the Coke can penis. She cried out as he jackhammered his way into the sopping folds of her sex, crooning her desire as at last the thickest part of his cock had wormed its way fully into her.
Jackhammering?
Yeah. Wormed?
Yeah.
I don't know about the jackhammering and the worming together in one, but
They don't make sense together, but okay.
I'm thinking it was like it had to kind of
Maybe it
like
was just, like,
slither
little-
in, little thrust,
To like get you
tiny jackhammer.
to open more?
Yeah. mhm.
Okay.
Joe dared to look at her stomach, and it looked distended if she had gorged herself on Thanksgiving dinner.
See? We've talked about this, people.
True.
Mm-hmm. It's called a conflation fetish. Mm-hmm. Look at us learning new things.
Mhm.
It looked distended as if she had gorged herself on Thanksgiving dinner full of pie and potatoes, veggies,
And turkey.
and meat, baby.
All I was thinking about earlier when you were talking about his cock, it was like, this is like the neck that's shoved inside the cavity of the turkey. Like that's what his penis is. It's just-
Oh, yeah, the turkey
Yeah.
neck. It has that kind of upward
Yep.
curve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't wait to save the turkey neck when you bring the turkey
When I
for
make the
Thanksgiving.
turkey.
She gave a crazed little giggle. She was full of meat, glorious cock, and she loved it. Every inch of it. Her eyes rolled back in her head and she gave a purr of pleasure. The feathers that made up his pubic hair brushed against her ass and she rocked against him, delighting in the softness. Like a flash, she pulled out, cock scraping against her insides in a way that made her knees tremble.
Scraping. Fuck.
Then he slammed back in.
Ay.
Her clenching pussy, which had been twitching at the loss of him, was suddenly convulsing around the whole of him. Again and again, he pulled out all the way, only to ram his cock back in, each thrust enunciated by a sloppy, slick noise, the sound of flesh on flesh. A reedy little whine escaped from Joe's lips, a high-pitched little exhale in time with each press of cock deep within her. She could feel her own orgasm building.
That sounds like
It does sound like a reedy little whine, honestly. One more time. That's cute. That's cute.
Like a baby bird.
Yeah, it's like a little baby bird. She could feel her own orgasm building, more powerful than anything she'd ever experienced before.
Well, it's because it was longer than 10 inches, baby.
10 inches and quite thick. The turkey man was starting to make her never want to use her vibrator ever again. Before she could reach her release, he pulled out, picking her up only to deposit her on the table. She gave a squawk of need, wanting nothing more than to be filled by him as she landed on a plate piled high with mashed potatoes. They squelched around her ass cheeks, her own juices dribbling down her legs to coat them like some sort of taboo gravy.
Well, at least there's going to be some flavoring in it now.
Yeah.
Now that's some gravy we can get on board for, am I right? It only made her want him to fill her with his own seed, watch it dribble out of her and down her legs. He must have had much the same idea as he pushed the fat head of his cock back between her swollen lips and brutally adjusted his tempo. Her tits bounced back and forth, and she brought her fingers up to pluck at her sensitive nipples. And for those of you who aren't in the room,
just shimmied.
Jess
side
gave
to
a
side.
little tit shimmy.
Trying to bounce them.
Trying to-
I mean, they jiggle side to side. I don't know if they bounce side to side.
I think there's more of a rhythm
it was
going,
science.
you know? She had a rhythm going.
You're going in a circle.
like tassels.
Like you're
Yeah.
helicoptering them.
Yeah. I think she might have been. So she's bouncing them back and forth, She's bringing her fingers up to pluck at her sensitive nipples.
Pluck. Interesting word choice.
Pluck, like a...
We're keeping in the bird family.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
The Birdman gurgled a noise of approval at her, hooking his arms underneath her legs to elevate her at a new angle. With each thrust pounded into her, he stroked her G-spot, the pleasure building within her with each stab of him. Yes, yes, oh fuck, please, she screamed, orgasm blossoming in her belly. Give me your meat. I love it. More, please more. I want it all. With a triumphant cry, the turkey man came explosively in her snatch, her inner walls flooding with his cum. Just the sensation was enough to push her over the edge, her whole body shaking with the power of it. Wave after wave of pleasure crashed over her until she saw white, barely able to breathe through the haze of her euphoria.
Just white meat.
The turkey man pulled out, coaxing the last drops of his seed out onto her breasts. And Joe leaned
How
forward.
did he get up there?
He
Pulled
popped it
out
out,
and
and then
then-
he gave it a little
Jiggle.
Yeah.
Tap,
a little
tap, tap.
1-2.
A little sideways bouncing.
A little pea shake.
Yeah.
Although I guess it is probably bigger, like 12 inches. So
Yeah, you had to get the last,
halfway,
squirt the
okay.
lots of it out.
Sorry, I just had to like workshop that in my head. Thanks.
So he coaxed the last drops of his seed out onto her breasts, and Joe leaned forward, taking his strange cock into her mouth. He tasted good.
Meat does a body good.
Yeah, meat tastes fucking delicious, Joe.
Exactly.
Strange, unlike any man she'd ever blown, but in no way undesirable. She wanted more. Fingers slipping along the lips of her pussy, she grinned up at him, unfazed by the strangeness of his bird-like head. With a cock like his,
Wait a minute. How do you grin with a 12-inch Coke-sized penis in your mouth? Please try that. I would love every second of you to try that, Jess.
that does seem hard to do.
It's all in the eyes.
She's, as Tyra would say, she's smizing at him.
Sorry, my brain was like, what?
She's smizing. With a cock like his, who could care for very long? I think I need seconds, she crooned at him,
Oh.
and the creature gobbled back at her, cock already twitching in anticipation.
Mm.
It was a happy Thanksgiving indeed. Joe groggily started to come to, aware of a sharp, heavy sound going on in the distance. Someone was banging on her door, and slowly she got up off the floor, managing to grab a blanket off the back of the couch to wrap herself in. Her turkey man lover was nowhere in sight, and only the dried fluid on her legs and soreness of her hips could attest that what had happened last night had been more than a dream. Turning the latch, she was surprised to find Sadie there, fuming. The girl threw a bag at her and turned on her heel to leave. Sadie, wait, what's going on? The blonde turned around, fury in her eyes. What's going on? You were supposed to have us over for Thanksgiving last night, and when we got here, we heard you inside yelling how much you loved meat and you wanted more. She snarled, sticking a bony finger in Joe's face. The way I see it, you're no friend of animals. Good job playing us, sister. But I see you for what you really are, a meat-loving bitch who took advantage of our kindness to make fun of us. Don't you ever come back.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Sadie at her front door?
It's true.
Yeah.
Don't you ever come back? Come on, Sadie.
I assume she means Tapita. But it's also like, I'm sorry that she took advantage of you. She was the one making all y'all Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
Thank you very much. Sadie sucks.
Sadie's
Bye.
the worst.
With that, she stomped off, leaving Joe to blink in shock. She had thought that the rest of the group were friends and was mystified that they had thought she was actually eating meat. Well, she grinned. She had been full of it last night. And if it meant not being part of the group anymore, she would gladly take her avian lover any day. Happy Turkey Day. The end. A perfect ending.
Yes, it really was.
I'm glad that she brought Sadie back in because I was like, wait a minute. She just went to the bathroom and then left all of her people.
Yeah, I was wondering where they were.
Well, they never came out.
Yeah. I was hoping that they were going to walk in.
I was also
and-
hoping
yeah.
that, right?
Oh.
That they were going to see her getting literally stuffed. And then it was going to be an orgy.
Yeah, and then somebody was like, I have the whipped cream.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think what we need is a stuffed by the were turkey part 2.
Okay, next season, we can write our own Stuff by the Word turkey and premiere it.
Okay, thank you so much for letting us read. It was a dream come true to read this for the podcast.
So ready for Thanksgiving now.
I cannot wait to eat turkey. Huge shout out to Tate McKirk for allowing us to read this full story on our podcast episode today.
Tate McKirk, you're the bomb.
We really enjoyed their work, and we encourage all of you to please go check out their other stories, purchase, leave your good reviews, share them with your friends, and we look forward to reading more. And maybe, if it all works out, we can get a second edition of Stuff by the Word Turkey, Part 2. Tate, I'll be reaching out. Together, we can make my dreams of writing a holiday smutty novel come true.
Thank you.
Grateful.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Welcome to the club. Pull up a seat between the foes where the kings all meet. Welcome to the club. Let's slip right through between the foes where literature is
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed are our own and do not reflect those of the authors, publishers, or any affiliated parties. We are not affiliated with or endorsed by any of the authors, publishers, or products mentioned. Yet. Listener discretion is advised due to adult themes, language, and content.